Hi guys, I'm Climate of Joe. Welcome back to a new episode of Survival Legacy. Welcome to the YouTube live stream. We're live on the Climate of Joe YouTube channel. I have no idea if there's anyone watching, which there isn't, because I haven't put my stream in the Discord server yet. But now, apparently I haven't. Hello ROA, welcome to the stream. According to this, guys, I haven't clicked the link. Welcome to the stream. I just put the link in my Discord server to the stream and I inadvertently hadn't clicked it. I'm just going to switch to my brightest screen because I want to zoom the comments in. Welcome to the stream, ROA. How are you? Right, let's just move all this stuff around. Perfect. I think we can get rid of lightning. Great, how about you? I'm really good, thank you for asking. That's really kind of you. Pardon me, hello everybody. Welcome to the stream, guys. Welcome to the stream, everybody on here. This stream will not be very long today because I have other things. I have other things that I have to do today. There's other things that I'm going to do today. Welcome to this stream, everybody. I just want to take some stuff from here. City are playing. Yeah, Everton play at 3 o'clock. I think every Premier League game should be on TV on Boxing Day. At Christmas time. I think all the Premier League games should be free to watch on... So, like, Man City are on telly, because they kick off in about, well, they just kicked off. Doesn't say anything on Google at the moment, because they've only just kicked off. But, yeah, they don't, most of the 3 o'clock games today aren't on TV, but I think every Christmas game should be on TV in the UK. If it's like a 3 o'clock game on a Saturday and it's like middle of May, yeah. That doesn't make sense having that on TV. But well, it makes sense. It makes sense having them on TV, but we don't do that in the UK. But at Christmas time, imagine how many people will sit down and tune in and watch their team on Christmas. You know, it would be guaranteed rating success because at the end of the day, football needs ratings. It needs people to watch. And that was the thing with the Premier League. In recent years, the Premier League has been a bit hit and miss with ratings, but I think that would benefit. Literally, give BBC and ITV the Premier League football matches at Christmas time. Have them all aired live. Have them live, because obviously BBC and ITV is free in the UK. Well, BBC isn't free, BBC's a licence fee. Hello Country Balls Whitey, welcome to the stream. How are you, Country Balls Whitey? Don't you have like an over-the-top app where the matches are like streamed online? Premier League. No, I don't think so. No, real-time access to every score and stat, but basically it's not every game. Yeah, no, we don't. The official Premier League app only gives you the notifications of the goals. Wait, how am I already sub? I'm good. Yeah, I remember you subscribing. You're the guy from Russia, aren't you? You're the guy that was watching my stream from Russia. Hello, Luca Pool. Welcome to the stream. How was Christmas? My Christmas was really good, not Mr. Void. Thank you for asking me. How was yours? Let's just quickly go and I want to put some stone away. And lucky for us, there's a stone just down here. You were the Russian guy that was watching my stream, weren't you? Country Balls. I must have got to Absolute Cinema Steam games. Cool. Well, I wouldn't say it's cinema. Absolute Cinema is when Absolute Cinema is a film. No, we can't watch every game. Every 3 o'clock game is not aired in the UK because in the 1960s they thought you wouldn't go and watch. Imagine you've got a town. Understand this? I do not, I'm afraid. I'm not the best at reading other languages. Minecraft, FIFA. It's kind of awesome to see. Awesome. Oh, okay. Well, it's a newer slang then. Because Absolute Cinema is not based on video games. It's based on film. That's where Absolute Cinema comes from. Absolute Cinema is about the cinema screen. So, the correct term for that would be, you've watched a film, you've really enjoyed it on the cinema screen, and you say that's Absolute Cinema. Yeah, the Premier League, you can't. They believe that you wouldn't go and watch your local town. So, imagine you've got a small team. Imagine you've got a small local team that plays, like, called, I don't know. Cool. Yeah, yeah, so the Premier League, back in the 1960s, they thought that if you could watch any league game anywhere, you wouldn't go and watch your small team down the road play. Hello, Rafa. Welcome to the stream. They thought you wouldn't. Basically, they thought that you wouldn't go. They thought that you wouldn't go and watch your local team play football if you could watch any game anywhere in the UK. So they put a 3 o'clock blackout in the Premier League. It's outdated now. It's outdated now, but that was their idea of get it up in match attendances for small football teams. Which, it partially makes sense. It partially makes sense, but then it also doesn't. Your base is really cool. Thank you. I'm just looking around for a bed at the moment. I'm looking around for a bed. I've got beds scattered everywhere. Well, yeah, welcome to the stream, everybody. This stream... This stream will not be very long today, guys. This stream's not going to be long today, so this isn't going to be a long one. This isn't going to be a long stream today because I have to be somewhere later on. You play Mojang. I've played 3 days, 298 hours. That 3 days. That's that doesn't make sense. Country balls. 3 days. 298 hours is not 3 days. 3 days, 298 hours. That's more like 299 hours, 905 minutes, 960 minutes in an hour. So 905 doesn't correlate to that. 299 hours is not 3 days. 3 days is 72. 3 days is 72 hours. Here, 299 times 299 divided by 24. That's the equivalent of 12 days there. That's the equivalent of 12 days just from the 299 hours. So here, 905 divided by 60. That's the equivalent of 15 hours there. 900 hours is 900 minutes is the equivalent of 15 hours. So yeah, I have played more than that. I have played more than. Yeah, 3 days is not 3 days. 203 is that's 3 days is not 299 hours. That's more like. That's a lot more hours. 72. So 72, 72, 144 is 6 days. Did you finish the tree? Oh, the treeslets. No, I didn't. I've actually got them under my desk. I never finished them. Oh, you're gonna crack up at this, ROA. In the FC save, we started the next season, which we haven't built up the challenges yet. We picked up 20. We picked up 20 or so wins, so we broke the challenge. Tiana Barry bagged 42 goals. We lost the FA. It wasn't part of the challenge to win the FA Cup, but we got to the FA Cup final and we lost to Arsenal with the last kick of the game. We lost to Arsenal 4-5 in the last kick of the game. Bearing in mind it was 4-3 and we got caught on the counter. Yeah, we lost in the last FIFA save. We lost the FA Cup to Arsenal 4-3. But we started the next save pretty well. We won all 3 games. We started the next season pretty good. But we're going to need more challenges for that, guys. So when I stream FIFA again, where did you finish? 5th. We finished 5th. We were a couple of points off 4th. We finished 5th, so we had a very nice start. So we got Europa League football, guys. It was a good start to the season. It was a good start. We haven't sold anybody yet, though, guys. We haven't sold anybody because we haven't got many forfeits. Ironically, we don't have to get the 85 strike. We don't have to get the 85 rated striker now because Tiana Barry now is 85 rated, which is incredible, really. But we've got a good record, guys. From 109 games, we've got 50, from 100 games. We had 50 wins from 94 games, which is pretty good. Yeah, there we go, guys. I still start playing 4-4-2 with Trent as a right midfielder. Ironically, he started bagging assists for fun. He started bagging assists for fun, pretty much. The next thing to buy, though, would be a new left back, and I would like to buy the left back that we tried to sign in Season 1. I want to get the left back we signed in Season 1 that the game crashed and we lost him. I want to see if we can get Calafiori back. He was 85 rated at the time when we signed him, and he's probably more now. I want to bring in... That's a good signing, I think. That would be a good signing. At the moment, it's only Asnu. At the moment, it's only Asnu and Garner that aren't 80 rated. Asnu's 75, Garner's 79. Everybody else is 80 odd rated. We'll need to replace De Gea, though. De Gea came in and did really well, but his rating's starting to drop. And we only signed him because we had to get rid of Pickford. Yeah, there won't be... this stream will not be... his assist against Croatia in the Euros to knock them out. Yeah. Right. I'm going to get rid of these Christmas lights because it's no longer Christmas. We didn't hit 8k by my birthday, guys. We didn't hit 8k by my birthday, but that's totally fine. We got within 279 of it. So that's That's good. We got within 279, which is impressive. Oh, happy birthday. Thank you. That's really kind of you. It's alright, guys. But yeah, we didn't get there. But that's totally fine. We did it by surprise. Hell no. Mind me, I had forgotten. That's alright. It's alright. I don't blame people on the stream for forgetting. You know, I'm a random streamer in the middle of in another country. One day, 5 hours, 60 minutes. One day, bloody hell. Yeah, I've played. Hold on. I've played 6,000 hours of Minecraft. Hello, Sterren Hemmel. Welcome to the stream. Old Joey. I'm not old. I'm 23. But that I see 3 days. Oh, hello there, Joe, and the boss. Hello, Sir Edward Boulder. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, guys, I'm now 23 years old. Everyone's making me feel old now. Is it your birthday? It is. It is my birthday. Yeah, 23 today. I'm expecting Decepted to say something similar. I'm expecting to get a message from Decepted later on saying happy birthday, you fat bastard, or something like that. Because he messaged me that on Christmas. On I messaged Decepted Merry Christmas, and he responded with happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, you fat bastard. Or was it fat cunt? I can never tell. Tell you what we could do, guys, which I think we might actually have a crack at doing. I'm going to head this way, actually. I'm going to pick all those shulker boxes up and take them to that place. Your happy birthday, man. Thank you, Country Balls. That's really kind of you. Yeah. 1 year older. Hello, Cam's Vids official. Welcome to the stream. I think you and Decepted have a secret love relation going on. Toxic love. No. Me and Decepted have a very much like we like to, you know, we take like. Me and Decepted are very good friends, and we are you using Minecraft old texture pack? No, I'm using the old game. I'm using the old Switch edition. Of course I remember you, Cam's Vid official. Of course I remember you. No, me and Decepted are very good friends, ROA, and basically we basically take the mick out of each other. So he calls me like a fat bastard, and I call him a skinny twat. Things like that. But there's not many people will almost 8,000 subscribers. Yay. Yeah, we didn't hit it by my birthday, but it doesn't matter. We're all here, all alive in one piece, I think. Do you remember Cool Kid? I do remember Cool Kid, yeah. That's great. We've just merged. What about this one? These ones we'll keep here for now. Oh, happy birthday. Thank you, Albert. By the way, happy birthday. Oh, thank you. That's really kind of you. Yeah. We got within 280 subs of the goal, so I'm not fussed, because you guys have put 2,700 subscribers on this channel this year. Why? Because he betrayed me in Minecraft. Oh. Poor guy. What did he do? I find the Nintendo killed my Nintendo on the eShop. Well, they didn't kill it. They had to. The game was discontinued. Because the Bedrock... They agreed to be part of the Bedrock edition. So Thank you, Swap Mercantile. That's really kind of you. They didn't kill it. They didn't kill it. They were moved to Bedrock. Let me just plug my laptop charger in. Apparently I unplugged it. Yeah, I do that. I'll admit, do you remember me? Of course I remember you. Of course I remember you. I did something similar ROA during COVID. I fucked up my sleep schedule so bad in COVID that I was streaming until 2 in the morning and then not waking up till 2 in the afternoon. Killed my teammate and killed me first, and I hated him, and I unfriended him in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. We were playing Minecraft Bedrock, by the way. Oh, cool. Right, so I'm going to take these. I'm going to take these to that. It's like they delete the tutorial world with it. No, they didn't. They don't delete the tutorial world with it, MC Ben Remote. They stopped it. They took it off the eShop. They didn't kill Nintendo Switch Edition. They took it off the eShop because... And so did Microsoft. Microsoft took the Xbox Edition off. Yeah, the classic glass block. Yeah, they took it off. They took it off sale like they did on Xbox as well. It wasn't that they killed it. They agreed to be part of the Bedrock Edition. So 4J Studios had already stopped. 4J Studios had already stopped the updating it, and Bedrock had already all the Bedrock frequencies and codes were already done. So. That's why. It wasn't that they killed it. I'm playing in the Spear update right now. Cool. I haven't liked many of the new updates recently. That's just something that I haven't done. I haven't liked many of the new updates, but it's probably because I didn't think they added enough. But that's just my opinion. That's just one man's opinion, but I didn't like the... Whatever. What's with the happy birthday, Joe? Thank you. That's really kind of you. Yeah, but I didn't like. What I meant is I didn't like the. Oh, hold on a minute. Let's do these over here. Fun fact: I can win most gun games. Cool. You went out for a dinner or so. I am, but not until 5. Well, no. I am, but it's at 5. So I thought I'd stream for you guys for a bit. I didn't know whether I would stream, but I have decided to. I'm going to bring these because I recall... I'm going to keep that there, but I recall this one being full of stuff. Not... This one is full, so I'll leave it there. I am going out for dinner. I'm going out for a dinner, and I'm going to go for the fattest meal possible. I update Minecraft in the Spirit Day, and it actually sucks in my path. I just wasted my 201 hardcore one. Yeah, I just don't like I don't like the way that they've done the new updates in recent years. I didn't like the way they've done the updates in recent years, where I don't think they added enough. I'm gonna quickly take a detour down here to this house because I remember putting a bed in here. Yeah. So, just gonna itch my nose a second. Sorry. 48 of you have watched this stream in the first 20 minutes. Cool. Let's go to here. Why does Minecraft cost money? Because it's a video game and they've spent money making it. It's the same. Everything costs money. That's the whole point, though. Everything that you've ever done or ever will do costs money. Well, yeah, you can play it. So, for example, this Minecraft world, in 8 months' time, in 8 months' time, this world will be 10 years old. Hello, Swiss. Welcome to the stream. I'm really good. How are you? Yeah, but Minecraft is a game. Minecraft is a game that you can just continue to play. Why is there a floating spruce tree? Might as well chop this spruce tree down because it's floating. I'm kind of doing trash. Why are you doing trash? Out of curiosity. The other games is not money, like Roblox does not cost money. It's free. Well, no, Roblox I think is Roblox. I think you gotta pay for. Yeah, but then Roblox might be free, but you've got to pay for Robux. You've got to pay for Robux though. Happy birthday! I'm not trying to ruin your birthday. No, it's all right. Tell us what's up. It's probably better to say why you're like depressed rather than just sit there and keep it enclosed until it builds up into something worse. Yeah. But that's true though. But Minecraft being paid for means that most of the stuff in the game was free, unless you want to do. Happy birthday! Thank you, Swiss. That's really kind of you. But still, saying what's like made you sort of depressed and feel trash is better than keeping it enclosed. What am I doing for my birthday? Having a meal. I'm gonna have a meal. I'm not doing much. Guys. Because I'm just a year. All I am is a year older. Oh my god, it's gone quite cold. Oh, I guess talking to us is your best present. Yeah, in a way, yeah. Well, a year ago today is pretty much when my YouTube channel started revitalized. I streamed a lot during 2024 and nobody really watched my streams, but December 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th and past then of last year, You're 1 year closer to death. I'd hope that's not for another 80 years, but you never know what's going to happen. Yeah, a lot of those video games are like that. A lot of those video games are like that, but it's because there's no boundaries. There's no boundaries. Video games should be, you know, if there's freedom of speech, but there's not freedom of doing whatever you want. I'm happy that no one knows when they're going to die besides God. I don't think even God knows. I don't think even God knows personally. I don't think even God knows. I think death. I think death catches everyone by surprise. I don't think God knows that you're going to die. I think that's one thing that... I think that's one thing... Like, free will. I think that's one thing that he thinks is free will. Because obviously God can't mess with free will. God... In all religions, God cannot mess with free will. I think death is free will. That you don't know what you're going to die. Everyone will just freak out. So I think, in a concept, I think God doesn't know when you're going to die. He creates you, but he doesn't know when you're going to die. Because what's the point of living? What's the point of God creating us if he knows when we're going to die? To have free will. Yeah. But God has got to be dubious of free will as well. So he can't turn around and act all powerful. It's why some of our most evil world leaders. It's why most of our evil world leaders. Why weren't they electrocuted and things? Because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to. You don't know who's going to, from who's being born. He could do everything, but he can't because in a concept, free will prevents that. We have free will, but eventually, because we have free will, he can't. He has to respect that. So he can't just do everything. Like, for example, have you ever drank? Have I ever drank alcohol? Of course I have. But I haven't in like 4 years because I tried it when I was like 18. I tried it when I was 18, 19. And then I had it when I was like 18, 19. And then I haven't drunk it since. I don't see a point. Ooh. I don't see a point in it, but that's just me. I don't get what ChatGPT is. ChatGPT is like an AI search thing. ChatGPT is like an AI search thing. Just woke up. Yeah, I woke up. I didn't wake up till... I didn't wake up till like 20 to 10. Who do you think that can kill... I have no idea. AI feels useless. Well, no, AI isn't a waste of money. AI is actually a very good tool, but it's if you use it for the right things. So, for example, whenever I write a book, I use Grammarly's AI to fix. I use AI to flag spelling mistakes. I use Grammarly's AI service to flag grammar mistakes, and I've used it as it's a great tool. AI is a great tool when used effectively, but it's a horrible tool when used wrongly. Yeah, that's what I don't agree with though. What do kids grow, drinks and food? What? Do you mean what do kids drink to grow? What do kids grow, drinks and foods? Is a very odd spelling mistake. Just curious. Yeah, it's a very odd statement. 67 of you have watched this stream. Shouldn't have said that. Shouldn't have read that out. if I'm going to have AI generate 2-man kiss, I might as well do it myself. That is true, Swiss. That is true. Like, AI is so silly. I have found some funny. Some of those AI videos I have found quite funny. I saw one a couple of weeks ago which was quite offensive, but it was funny. And it was a gorilla in bed with a girl. And basically he says, before I let you know, I used to be Christian. I used to be a Christian. And he went, I don't care about, and the gorilla goes, I don't care about that religious shit, baby. And he goes, thanks, because because I'm now happier as a Christina. And of course, then it cuts to the gorilla running out of there, going, God damn, I spread them legs apart, and there was a goddamn third one waiting for me in between. When I saw that video, I'm like, AI videos aren't silly, but those are funny. The AI videos are a little bit ridiculous, but you know, I did actually find that quite funny. I'm like, fair play, I did find that one funny. AI could use disrespectful. But anything could be used disrespectful. It depends what it is, what you think is disrespectful. Yeah, yeah, good night, country boys. Thank you for watching the live stream. That's and have a good rest of your day. Yeah, AI, but anything could be used disrespectfully. Even if you pulled out, say, the Bible, someone could find you could use the Bible disrespectfully. You could use anything disrespectfully. Good night, country wolves. Have a good rest of your day. But yeah, anything could be used disrespectfully, I think. What else can I think of, guys, that could be used disrespectfully? You kind of want to surf on the ocean? Never been surfing, guys. I've been bodyboarding. and I've been paddleboarding. Paddleboarding was really fun. Oh. Paddleboarding was very, very fun. I thoroughly enjoyed paddleboarding. In like a year, 2 months, yeah. I went on holiday in like September, so I got into the sea, but it didn't feel as nice because the weather was a lot colder. I do like the seaside though. I do like being on the seaside. It's a nice... Guys, what do you guys prefer? Swim in the ocean? I have no idea. I don't know who that is. No name. What do you guys prefer? Swim in a swimming pool or swim in the ocean? Swim in a swimming pool or swim in... I never swam in the ocean. Really? I always thought that was a common thing that everyone does. Yeah, I prefer the ocean. Because a swimming pool, you've got too many people in a swimming pool, so I hate it. I hate swimming in a swimming pool and then you have someone kick you in the back. Then you have someone kick you in the back. In fact, actually, swimming in the ocean or sea is much better Swimming in the sea or the ocean is much better. Swimming in the sea or the ocean is much better for you. Yeah, literally, swimming in the sea, guys, is much better for you. Seawater is actually very useful. Naples, great place. I've always wanted to go there just because of Pompeii. Yeah, I've always wanted to go to Naples because of Pompeii, but because I love the history of Pompeii. I believe Britain. I believe what is now Great Britain was part of Rome when that happened. So technically, Pompeii, the bombing of Pompeii, I think that's probably with small cliffs that look like the UK. Well, our cliffs aren't small. Our cliffs can be quite huge sometimes. Some of our cliffs are 300 feet. I can do that, but I can do that, but eventually I sort of sink. Yeah, the Mediterranean Sea's good. The Mediterranean Sea's... But yeah, seawater is actually really good for you. Seawater is actually really good for you because it's natural. Salt water is actually really good for you. If you have like a cut on your finger or something like that, and you go into the sea, it stops. I think it's a natural thing that people can do. You can float, but of course you've got to learn how to do it. In the Dead Sea, though, you can. I'm gonna be there for hours. One stream, can you play on Bedrock for the fun of it? I can do that in the ocean, but then I wouldn't. The problem for me is that I'd eventually float off. I'd float off and end up in a completely different place. Especially UK seas are cold, but your body climatizes. Yeah. Oh my god, my back. You two remind me of a guy in my college class. He was the most he was straight, but he was the most he was the most unstraight straight person I've ever met. Guy in my college class, he was completely straight, he had a girlfriend, but he was the most unstraight straight guy I've ever seen in my life. He'd always be putting like funny things on people's worksheets. Hello, Yavi was here. No, it was a guy that was the same age as me in my college class. Guy in my college class, he was a... Yeah, well, Vikings were part of the UK history, but not a lot. They invaded quite a few times, but eventually we repelled them. If they hadn't, we would have been a Norse country like we would have been a Norse country like Scandinavia. But yeah, The UK spans, well, the UK spans from the Celtic history, the Celts, then the Romans. It spans from the Celts, then the Romans, then the Anglo-Saxons, then obviously the Vikings, the Anglo-Saxons. They all played a part in it. The Anglo-Saxons obviously eventually repelled the Vikings. The Anglo-Saxons formed a great, merged all the smaller kingdoms into the Kingdom of England. And in 1066 they were invaded by the Normans. The Norman starting the House of Plantagenet. Then it was his son. So the House of Plantagenet was England's longest ruling royal family. The House of Plantagenet, the House of Plantagenet were the kings of England for 300 years. England is a mix of Celtic, Viking, Roman, Anglo-Germanic. Repealed was with the use of the politics. Yeah, well, repelled. They repelled them by, they forced them back into the sea. The last successful invasion of the UK was 1066. The House of Plantagenet. Then they went into the Tudors, then the Stuarts, then the Stuarts, then the Hanovers, and then it went to the Saxe, Coburg, and Gothas, and then now it's the Windsors. Now it's the Windsors, guys, and eventually it will change to whatever. Hello, welcome back. Welcome back, Karen the Quester. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, 83 of you have watched this stream. Cool. But yeah, guys, like everything, all that history it's an amazing history. I've been watching it a while. Sorry, that's all right. Yeah, the history is incredible. I used to love watching WWE. I liked watching WWE, but I think it's got boring now. Like I don't like the idea of Logan Paul on it. I'm like, he's not a wrestler. He's an influencer. I liked who did I like? I liked The Undertaker. Back in the day. You know, The Big Show, Mark Henry, people like that, John Cena. I like people like that. They were proper wrestlers. But bringing like influencers in now, like, I thought that was silly. Bringing influencers in now, I thought that was silly. Well, yeah, it's always just wrestling's always been a business though, because that wrestling's fake. True wrestling is a circle in the ground, and you've got to try and get your friend out the circle. You've got to get your guy out the circle. That's what it used to be. That's what true wrestling is. Like, you get the guy out the circle. Oh, thank you, Karen LaQuesta. Sorry, guys, I wasn't looking at the stream then. I was looking at where I was going in my world. Why don't you make a joint birthday cake? We can make a cake. That's a good idea. Yeah, you don't need to know the meaning. It's just an insult. But I don't care about the insult because I'm not fussed. Let's make a cake. I don't know why I'm making my own birthday cake. How many things do we need? Right, we need a bit of wheat, some sugar cane, We need some sugar. So we got our Coke. I'm joking. We need an egg and 3 bottles of milk. De trois. Milk, milk, milk. Now we need an egg. Benzema, good player. Benzema was a good player, mind. That's the problem with Vinicius and Mbappe at the moment. You know, that's what someone said last season. The problem is they both wanted to be Ronaldo and none of them was willing to be Benzema. And that is true. Ronaldo and Benzema were just a really good team. Kind of like, well, I think Messi, Suarez, and Neymar were obviously crazy. Why is there a door in that building, but not a wall? Because a creeper blew the back out. A creeper blew the back out of that building and then blew the front door off. The door's the only thing that survived. So why did I come this way? I need an egg. So a creeper blew up. A creeper blew up parts of the build. A creeper blew up parts of the build. Oh shit! How many eggs do we need? Hello Globians, welcome to the stream. Right, so let's just quickly go and grab a crafting table. We need to make a... What's the stone brick thing with a long neck? It's meant to be a dinosaur. Somebody asked me to build a dinosaur. Here we go. Let's make a cake, shall we? Oh yeah, bastard! I didn't bring enough wheat. Well, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say 15, 16 years old look way older now. Well, actually, yeah, kind of. You see 15, 16-year-olds now and you think they're like 20. Well, back in the days, they did look 20. Whereas people now that are 40-old, people that are in their 40s now, people who are in their 40s now look about 30. Like... It's weird. Yeah, but that's the thing. People that are like 40s now look younger, but people that are in their teens look older. Look, I was told by a person in my school year that I didn't look my age. Which I think I do look more. I think I that's the weird thing, guys. In public, I get called I get told I look younger and older. Not my brother, he's 16. My mum is in her 30s and looks 50. Bloody hell. Yeah, a lot of people look young though. Yeah, but that's the thing though, it depends. So I think if you think about it, your world is bigger than Stampy's in this because their buildings are all together. Well, nah, Stampy's was massive. So I think Stampy's was much bigger. But he isolated it to one. He isolated it to one map, kind of like what I've done, but I've started just expanding. I've just made a cake because it's my birthday and I can't eat it. Choosing. Yeah, so yeah, that's really sad to us. But on the thing, yeah, people are starting to look older. I saw a video a couple of months ago of a 15-year-old, and let's just say I can tell he was taking bloody steroids, but there was no way that they didn't, 10 years ago you wouldn't have looked at 15, you wouldn't have looked that way at 15. But I saying that, when I was 15 there was people around me who were growing almost full moustaches and things, and you gotta think, guys, I was 15 8 years ago. I was 15 in 2017. Yeah. Yeah, I saw a video the other day, and I saw a video the other day, and it's a guy, he's like 19, and he was saying about him at 14, 140 pounds and skinny. I'm like, 140 pounds at 14 is actually is like more than you would expect. Well, no, I think though it's because of the war. People tend to look. Yeah, most people that experience the Second World War look older. Most people that experience the Second World War look older because they said war takes everything out of you. Literally, if you see a 60-year-old, literally, here's a good one for you. Google William Hartnell. William Hartnell played the Doctor in Doctor Who. He looks about 70 when he did the role of the Doctor, when he was actually 55. And Peter Capaldi, who played the Doctor, was also 55 when he took the role. Many years later, literally, Peter Capaldi looks so much younger compared to him. Yeah, but you shouldn't take steroids. You shouldn't take steroids though. Like it's like bloody what do you call them? Sumo wrestlers. It's like sumo wrestlers now. Sumo wrestlers now are really sumo wrestlers now. Like the weight is so much higher than it used to be. You know, some sumo wrestlers. There was this. I read something the other day about a 6'7", 6'8" sumo wrestler. 600 pounds. I'm like, but they were saying like 40 years ago, the heaviest sumo wrestler was like 300 pounds. A natural diet. Well, an all natural diet is exactly what you need. It's natural. But like, ooh, I'm on a seafood diet, guys. I seafood and I eat it. Like I've made that joke so many times, but it's true. Like they tell people to watch what you're eating, which you should watch what you're eating. But I see people now that are basically, you know, it's the end of the world if they gain a pound in weight. And I'm like, I think a sumo guy could take 5 pistol bullets and still be alive. Yeah. Like, there was a video I watched recently, and it was about a kid. An 11-year-old kid was fighting other 11-year-olds. They were all like 30. They were all like 30 kg, 4'8". This one 11-year-old was 5'11" and 130 kg. And they said about that's quite unfair because of how. We talked about a month ago. Yeah, it just popped into my head about how sumo wrestling's got so silly, because there's no way an 11-year-old should be 130 kg. Like how sumo wrestling, the weights used to be like 200 pounds, and now it's like you know 400-500. That's an example of how stupid it's got. There's no way an 11-year-old should weigh that. An 11-year-old weighing 130 kg, that's ridiculous. If anything, that's obese. That's morbidly obese, probably. But yeah, well, you should be allowed to fight, not by the age, but by the weight. Yeah, I mean 130 kg, like that's 130 kg is a lot. That's a lot. Like that's like 35. That's like 30. That's like 35, 33, 30. Yeah, that's like 35. That's like 35 to 33 kg heavier than I am. And I'm 23. I'm 23 well today. Everything will expire. I don't know, because the expiry dates are interesting. I'll be back in a second, guys. No, the expiry thing's an interesting one. No, no, it won't expire much faster. Actually, it won't expire much faster. The expiry dates, it's believed, nothing used to have meat out for weeks and it never used to expire. But the only thing that really used to expire was milk. But there's a rumor. It's a rumor. There's very much a rumor that these chemicals put on it to preserve it are actually designed to make it go off, so you have to go out and buy more food. Because like there are things that, like chocolate, it says best before. Chocolate says best before, so because you don't have to go and reply that. So back in the 70s, back in like the 60s, 70s, you know, nothing expired. There was no expiry dates on it. So yeah, my dad has this bizarre theory, guys, that all these pesticides and chemicals put on it to make it last longer are actually to make it go off instead. So it forces you to have to and spend more money on more food. You never know. It's trippy that the head of the FBI is Indian and JD Vance, the vice president's wife, is also Indian. Maybe America might, yeah, more. Some people moaned about that. Some people moaned about that about JD Vance's wife. You know, you're entitled to. He doesn't think and stuff. But it is partially true though. There are some things that go off now that never used to, like milk has always gone off because you should drink that in a certain time period. But like there's some foods you can eat after it's gone off. They say it's gone off, and if it's not mouldy, it's fine. Well, you can't eat mouldy bread. That's what thing. But bread only really goes off. Bread only really goes off if you've left it somewhere and not very useful. But yeah, I might be talented at thinking stuff. I don't know. I might be the chief thinker. I don't know. There's some people like that believe the government's out to destroy everybody, but it's just bizarre theories. It's basically there's people in the UK. Yeah, there's people in the UK. There's people in the UK that's just creepy. That is quite creepy. But there's people in the UK that generally think the UK government is selling out the British public. My family friend owns a farm, a couple of them, and whenever he comes to see, he always gives us some dairy products, and they are literally so. That's because it's straight from the farm. That's because it's straight from the cow. That's apparently it's apparently healthier. It's apparently healthier. If you've got nothing to lose, why worry? But that's the thing, though. There's people in the UK that think there's people in the UK that think the government has sold out the British public, and in a way they're partially right. There is a two-tier policing where people can get away with crimes. There is a tier policing thing where basically some people can get away with much worse crimes. Joe's probably a Fed. I'm not a Fed. Well, we don't call them the Feds. We just call them the police. We do. I bought a pillow from Rome, and this just flattened in a month. Now I'm sad. Yeah. Joe Weezer. New nickname for Joe. No, I've had many nicknames. I've had many nicknames. Captain Pringle Power was the bizarrest one. Pringle Power was one of the weirdest ones I've ever seen in my life. I don't like being called Joey, guys. I don't. Yeah. It's regular yogurt healthy or it's processed? It depends, Glow Beans. Processed foods aren't bad, but the problem is the difference between the UK and America is you put silly chemicals that you shouldn't put in. Do you remember me? You asked me that earlier on, and I said yeah, I do. But yeah, literally, guys, like I can tell you guys as well on a stream that processed foods aren't the problem. The problem, Glow Beans, is the fact that America have chemicals that the UK's banned. Yeah, literally, it's not processed foods aren't the problem. Processed foods are pretty much the problem in America because you've got chemicals in there that the UK have banned. There's chemicals in there that the UK has turned around and banned. Basically, there's a few. Can I know you the hairy tummy? That is so weird. Like there's some. Like Red Dye 40. Red Dye 40 you cannot be in UK drinks. If it was like McDonald's. Who here loves McDonald's? Who here loves like a McDonald's meal? I do. I absolutely love a Big Mac, guys. I love one. I absolutely love a Big Mac. I can't see what your comment says then. Faster day in Africa would be fed. I don't agree with fasting though. I'm so sorry, Joe. It's alright. I don't agree with fasting personally. I see that as more of I see that as a health risk. People not drinking or people not drinking and eating while the sun's up. I see that as dangerous because in some of the parts of the world, that is dangerous. But I've never understood it. I think it's because I've never understood it. You could fast and drink water. But yeah, I've just never agreed with it. I'm not talking about Ramadan. No, I'm talking about just fasting in general. I don't agree with fasting. I find that just quite a silly thing to do. Like I've seen people. It has some health benefits, but they're few and far between. I know you're not talking about like Ramadan, Swiss, but I'm saying like fasting. I've seen people fast because they want to lose weight, but fasting by eating as little as possible. You know, you've got to maintain a balanced diet. I find that you could fast for safety is 2 days. Well, yeah, the max you could fast is 2 weeks. The max you could fast is 2 weeks, but if you don't eat for 2 weeks, you can survive 2 weeks without eating. But maybe 3 if you're fat. I went without food for 3 days. Yeah, you can survive. You can survive 3 days without food. You can survive 2 weeks without food. Well, if you're fat, you can survive a little bit more. Hello, Kulo Broom Broom. Welcome to the stream. If you're fat, you can survive like potentially 3, because you can survive off your own fat stores. But ooh. That confused me then. Just to do 10,000 steps a day. I did 40,000 one day. I did 40. I've done 40,000 a couple of days this year. Algeria was. Oh, guys, did you see the Africa Cup of Nations last night? This is why. Most corrupt decision I think I've ever seen in my life. Did you guys see the Africa Cup of Nations last night? Yo, bro, I have something to tell you. It's alright? What do you want to tell me? I can get it on the website. What happened, Oraway, is Mo Salah was given the softest penalty ever, and then the team that Egypt were playing, Egypt had a player sent off. Egypt won 1-0 due to a Mo Salah penalty, but Mo Salah's penalty was the softest penalty ever given. Thank you, Coolio Broom Broom. Thank you. That's really kind of you. Thank you. And whoever was playing, let me just have a look. Who was Egypt playing? I can't spell Egypt. I got it right. Egypt FC. Here we go. Egypt was playing South Africa. Egyptian player handballed the box. Egyptian player handballed it in the box. The referee gave a free kick outside the box, and VAR told him to go to the. Well, everyone knew it's my birthday. Swiss and Norway have already said happy birthday. Literally. It's alright. But yeah, you're the first. But yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, the Egyptian player handballed it in the box. The referee gave a free kick because thinking it was outside the box. VAR told him to turn. VAR told the guy in the box. VAR told the referee to go to the VAR and change it because it was inside the box. The referee instead went to the box and wiped it away. So one of the corruptest decisions ever. So Egypt should have drew last night. What Egypt should have lost. Mo Salah should never have had a penalty, and South Africa should have won that 1-0 due to the fact they should have had a penalty, but the referee opted to not give the free. The referee changed his mind, didn't give a penalty, and didn't give the free kick. But in 2000, that happened in 2023. You still call me Broom Broom. Sorry, my screen's really blurry, so I'm. Yeah, that happened a few years ago as well. In 2023, the referee blew. One team was winning, and the referee blew on the 87th minute. So basically, this one team wanted to sue them because they were all on top. Looked like they were about to grab an equaliser, and the referee blew the whistle on the 87th minute. Yeah, let me find it. Let me find where it was. I can't spell. Ref blows the whistle. Perhaps it was the 85th minute. AFCON chaos as referee blows full time at 85 and 89. There were incredible scenes between Tunisia and Mali. What happened to the referee who blew his whistle for full time early? Yeah, he blew it on the 85th and the 89th minute, and on the 89th minute, he blew it. Yeah, like a few years ago, Man United got a penalty in the last minute against Brighton, which they won. Which after the final whistle, Man United got a penalty, and it came out it shouldn't have been a penalty. I'm for sure I will subscribe to you. Oh, thank you. It's really kind of you. To be honest, I've never drunk those types of drinks. I've only ever drunk water and tea. Literally, I only drink water and tea, guys. I've never drunk a fizzy drink in my life, which is why my dentist called my teeth the straightest things he'd ever seen. My teeth are so straight and white that they've probably been offered positions in Trump's cabinet. Sorry, I thought I made a joke. Sorry, I made a joke. I'm sorry. I just, as soon as I mentioned the teeth, that joke popped into my head. I love tea. I love tea, guys. I drink a cup of tea every night. Sorry, I had to make that joke about Trump then because it just popped in my head. By the way, I'm Country Balls' cousin. Oh, cool. Welcome. No fat jokes. There was no fat joke I could have made there about my teeth. Don't you have to milk Red Bulls? Oh, have you ever got? There's a film with that, Swiss. There's a film, and a guy basically he's living with the Amish, and he wakes up and he comes in with his mug. He comes in with a bucket and goes, "Good morning. I woke up early, so I milked your cow for you." And he starts drinking the milk, and he goes, "I gotta tell you, she was a stubborn one, but as soon as she got going, she got going." And he goes, the Amish guy goes, "We ain't got no cow, we got a bull." you just see the milk stain on him, and as he realizes it's not, it's fucking bull semen. Oh, whose birthday here? It's mine. Guys, remember what happened in 2025? The 2020 coming to an end. Good night. Yeah, the 2025 season is coming to a close. I hate those videos. And the 2024 season is coming to an end. Why are you trying to make everything seem like a TV show? Yeah. Oh, happy birthday. Thank you. That's really kind of you. Jesus. I'm probably the oldest person. I'm probably the oldest person in this stream. Oh, I'm probably the oldest person in this stream. I'm the main character. When I wake up, there's music that turns on, and everyone keeps singing, dancing around me. You're on the list. What do you mean you're on the list? What, the Epstein list? Swiss Rex, 39,000 visits. Ooh, I'm going to check that. Because your age is perfect. So, what if my age is perfect? What if my age is absolutely perfect? Oh my God! Not in a Forest drawing. Not in a forest under dice, but not in a forest. Are working really well under dice. He's got them out of the relegation zone. They're out of the relegation zone by 6 points. It's 2 o'clock. It's almost 2 o'clock. So in roughly an hour, I can find what the Everton lineup is. Well, it's not My World, My Rules. Really? This is My World, My Rules. It's either My Way or the Highway. It's one of my favorite characters to write in my books are. New year. New year, new me. New year, new me. Well, no, an updated. I've had the DLC download. It's like it's like a quote. You know what I watched yesterday, Joe? What did you watch? That I didn't expect Swiss to comment that, but yeah, I didn't expect Swiss to come in and comment that. Oh, in fact, Araway, when I put in Mike Bassett England manager, did you watch in the Discord server? Did you watch the event? Did you watch it? Who missed their childhoods? What do you mean? Who missed their childhoods? There's no. You're all still in your childhoods. You're all still in your childhoods. The only person out of their childhood is me. You're still a child until you're 18. I need to think of something. Can I play? What version of Minecraft are you playing? Because I'm playing Legacy Console Edition, which is a non-cross-play version of Minecraft. Is this Java or Bedrock? No, it's Legacy Console Edition. It's the old Minecraft. Legacy Console. Guys, I thought I'd come up here. And you guys can see. Cool. My birthday is tomorrow. Oh, really? Cool. Happy birthday. Yeah, I hope Everton give me. I hope Everton give me a birthday win. They gave me a birthday. I remember the last time they played Everton around my birthday. I know, I read it. A woman had an interview in the middle of the street, and the guy asked her her name, and she said, "Me again." Like Megan, it was pronounced. And they asked why, and she, because her mother was a narcissist and her name was Me Again. Everyone was speechless. I'm confused. Yeah. I thought you were talking about Megan, the horror film. The banana spider. Bloody hell. Well, that happens. I opened a cabbage once, and there was a. I opened a cabbage once. Me, she needed to try Me Again. Oh yeah. Obsessed. Yeah, self-centered. There is people like that in the world who are, self-centered. I personally, guys, I will admit, I hate those people that are like that. I hate people who are self-centered. I can't stand them. Any stone in this one? It's like there was an Everton player. There was an Everton player back in the day. His name was Joe Max Moore. Everyone thought his name was Joe Max Moore, but no, it was Joe Max Moore, which was just a bizarre one. Have a good rest of your day, Swiss. Thank you for watching the live stream, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good rest of your day. This stream won't be on for much longer, guys, because I'm going to stay streaming for a little bit, just because we can. 145 of you have watched this live stream. I'm going to quickly head in the house and drop this stone off. I would like to clear up. My world will be 10 years old next year. I've got all these plans to build some. I want to build something cool for that. My shorts, of course, I'm not leaving. Oh, you saying goodnight Earth. Sorry, you said goodnight Earth, so everyone thought you were leaving. So I read the comment. My world will be 10 years old. Never turn back in life. The storms of the hate and stress that arise in the ways. Yeah. The game runs quite better than the Switch. It does, yeah. But I couldn't believe that on the Switch. I couldn't believe that the Switch 2 ported all my worlds over to. So that was a lovely surprise, really, that it did that as well. Yeah, have a good rest of your day, Earth Whitey. Stone bricks. I'm going to shove these stone bricks in here. That's andesite. But I'm going to take... anything in this chest? Let's go get a chest. Right, let's quickly go this way. Turn into here. So, yeah, I was about to say don't say SA, but technically it's ZA. Put ZA. I don't know, South Africa's a really interesting country. South Africa's really interesting. In a way, it is a bad country. On an equality standpoint, it is. So, for example, I've generally heard cases of real people. I've generally heard cases of real people from South Africa that basically... Joe, are you okay? Just checking on your mental health. Yeah, my mental health is fine. I just woke up with a dry throat today. I just woke up with a dry throat and I'm just using my actual voice today. I'm just using my actual voice rather than high-ing up my voice for you guys. I'm just using my natural voice. Listen to a musical. If you want to listen to a musical, you've got to dress up right. If you want to be part of a musical, you've got to dance in parts. It's just got really cold, so the heating's come on. Ooh, guys, in a minute's time we'll find out the Everton lineup. Everton are predicted to win, but I would love for Everton to win. Everton winning will go... If Everton win, they'll go 8th because they've lost the last 2 games. But the only game that they did, they haven't been dead and buried in any of them. Yeah, that's the thing though. Want my prediction? Yeah, of course. Give us your prediction. I'm predicting 3-1. I'm predicting 3-1 Everton. Yeah. But South Africa is very bad. Like, I've generally, for example... Yeah, no way. Oh, yeah, I'm predicting 3-1 because just brothers and other mothers. Yeah, I'm predicting... the reason I'm predicting... It's a really weird call. Yeah, I'm predicting 3-1 Everton just because... Well, I'm predicting that because, you know, Everton have struggled for goals a little bit, but Burnley have been very bad conceding. So like South Africa, like generally my mum worked with someone from South Africa, and she said that she wouldn't want to go live there again because even though they were born there, this person that worked with my mum was from South Africa, and basically she said that she couldn't get a job there anymore because if you're white you just can't find jobs. But that's just really bad though. That's where you know Mandela's political party got it wrong. Mandela didn't get it wrong. I think Mandela would be turning in his grave now if he found what had happened with the fact that it's totally flipped the other way. The whole idea though is forgive and forgive. No matter what happens, he was what? Yeah. Yeah, so forgive and forget. So this woman says to my mum about her granddad. Her granddad really wanted it to go all equal, so the blacks to get rights and all that. This guy really wanted the end of apartheid, and he said he'd be turning in his grave now, knowing that white people are struggling for jobs because they can't because of how the equality's flipped the other way. But that is bad, isn't it? But my uni lecturer was black, and he said something really bizarre to me. And my uni lecturer is black, and he said the problem nowadays is white people think they're being replaced. And my lecturer went they are right. They are being replaced. So my uni lecturer was literally. It was black, and he said to us that the problem is white people think they're being replaced, and in a way they are right. Yeah, he said in a way they are right. White people are technically being replaced because there's 300 million, there's 700 million in. I saw that the other day. I saw the image of the Canadian national team, and they were saying that I think they only had one person. They only had one person on it that was white, but that's not a thing though. That's not the problem. But like, as my old uni lecturer said to us in a class, I'm in the Philippines right now. Cool. Hello Roblox. Welcome to the room. Yeah. So my uni lecturer, he said to us, the thing is, white people think they're being replaced, and he said, and in a way they're right. And he said, and they're right in a way they are, because there's 700 million white people in the world, and the other 7.3 billion are black. And his thing to us was, white people are becoming less fertile, and fertility for the other ethnic groups has stayed the same, and it's a really interesting one. Like, we paved the way. Well, no one paved the way. No one paved the way. At other parts of the world. There was always these different things going on, like Well, I didn't mean that, but I meant all. He didn't mean that, but all the majority. Asians, Asian Indians, black people. Middle Eastern, that they make up the other 7.3 billion of the 8 billion humans. And he said to us, like, 7 out of all the white people in the world, there's only 700 million, and the rest of the 7.3 billion there are 800 million whites. There's only 800 million. There's only. Well, this number was a few years old now. But in a way, and the rest of the 8.2 billion Asians. Yeah, it's a really interesting point of view, which I didn't realise at the time about how right my lecturer was, my uni lecturer was. He said, yeah, technically there are. I have no idea. Roblox. 600 million Hispanics, yeah. It's basically, it's very, we paved the way and they threw us off. No one paved the way. It's the same as like what you said yesterday about religious textbooks. It's the same way. It's like what you said yesterday, Swiss, about like the Quran. The Quran, the Bible, and all the other religious textbooks were wrote at the same time at different parts of the world. So none of them's right and none of them's wrong, because everyone believed different things all across other parts of the world. It's the same as there's nobody created. It's the same as saying, I said that wrong. I'm sorry. That's all right. It's like no one invented film. No one invented documentary filmmaking. When you watch a documentary on TV, no one invented the genre of documentary. You had all these people doing things, doing their own little thing at opposite parts of the world. So you had who did Yannick of the North? Who did Yannick of the North? I forgot, his name popped out of my head. Robert Flaherty. Robert Flaherty. You think he's the first guy to do a documentary, and you actually find out that no, all these other people around the world were doing things at the same time. So that's no one It's the same as everyone had their glory. No one invented anything because. But it's the same as actually what you said yesterday, Switch, popped in my head afterwards. Like, how could you describe a plane in a religious textbook 2,000 years ago? They wouldn't have been describing a plane. There was mythical creatures. They believed in mythical creatures at the time, like Pegasus, which were horses with wings. Lots of all parts of the world believed in mythical creatures. They would have been describing a mythical creature. They wouldn't have been describing a plane, because there was no concept of making things float back then. You never know. Like, they could have done. Dragons could have existed. Like, there's a place in the UK, and it resembles a hand in the ground, so I think they call it the giant hand, the giant rocks. It was said it was 40 feet long. But that's the thing, though. It was said that, but you know, back in the day, in those times, if I'm correct, don't quote me, it's alright. But planes are longer than 40 feet. Planes are longer than 40 feet. But also, yeah, they wouldn't have been thinking a plane, because there was no concept back then of making something float. They would have been predicting something like when it says like a donkey with wings, they would have been predicting something like a Pegasus, which Pegasus existed at the time. Pegasus, well, they didn't exist, but Pegasus predates. The idea of Pegasuses and flying horses and donkeys, they predate something I don't remember. Yeah, they predate Islamic religion and Christianity. They go back to the time of the ancient Greeks. The concept of winged animals, of winged horses and donkeys, goes back to the Greeks, because it's in Greek legend it says that Perseus flew a Pegasus, would fly a Pegasus. It's the same as it's the same as it's the same in the old in Viking mythology. In Viking mythology, it says about Odin. You know, Odin used to sit on a huge horse. His daughter used to have a huge. Massive. What do you call it? Dog. Norse, but Norse is Viking. Norse mythology is Viking. The Norsemen were the Vikings. Nah, it is Norse. Here. Were the Vikings Norse? However, the old Norse word Viking is not so much the name of the people, but a verb meaning to pirates. But yeah, all Vikings were Norsemen, but not all Norsemen were Vikings. But yeah, the Norse were Vikings. All the Vikings were Norse. The DNA from that time, you can still fight. Is the DNA from the Vikings is still prevalent in British society, in English society. People with deep family roots in eastern England, where Scandinavian people settled, tend to have a higher percentage of Sweden, Denmark, and Norway in their ancestral region results. Interesting. Yeah, they are. Viking mythology. No, it's Norse mythology, but Viking and Norse are exactly this. The Vikings were Norse, so I just said Vikings because, you know, Odin was the king of the Odin was the god of the Vikings. That's why I mentioned it. But if we're talking about that for a second, yeah, Odin used to sit on a huge horse. And the halls of Valhalla. Incredible history. I love that stuff. Let's look at that lineup. Let's see if Everton's going to line up out now. Burnley, Dubravka, Laurent, Humphries, Ekdal, Kyle Walker, Hugo Chukwu, Josh Cullen, Perez, Edwards, Broja, Larson, Jacob Brun Larson. I wonder if that's Strand Larsen's brother. Oh no. And then, where's Everton's lineup? Beto, McNeil, Alcaraz, Dibbling, Garner, Irabunum, Mikalenko, Keane, Tarkowski, O'Brien. Who's on the bench? Hartman, Anthony, Weiss, Lewis, Takanua, Fleming, Son. Well, Sonne, Trezor, Barnes. Right, Everton's is Patterson, Barry, Travers, King, Roll, Asney, Welch and Campbell. They got more players on the bench. Oh, I hope Everton win. I hope Everton win, guys. Anyway, thank you, everybody. I might end this stream now because I have to go and get ready. Yeah, I love it. But imagine this. Imagine if all those stars were little places you can go to. They're all little stars with their own little Minecraft planets. Thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a good rest of your day, everybody. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.